Hi everyone, I am here to present a topic on alcohol use in college students. I am Oluwatoyin Ajayi, a master's student in public health from the School of Community Health and Policy, Morgan State University. Introduction. Alcohol is the most widely used substance of abuse among America's youth. Adolescents drink more heavily than adults, but less frequently than adults. Harmful and underage college drinking are significant public health problems. They exert an enormous toll on the intellectual and social lives of students on campuses across the United States. Facts: Here are some facts about alcohol. A standard drink is any drink that contains 14 grams of pure alcohol, and this is 1.2 tablespoons or 0.6 fluid ounces. The beer, a cup of beer is 12 ounces but contains 5% of alcohol. The table wine is 5 ounces and contains 12% of alcohol. The malt liquor is 8.5 ounces and contains 7% of alcohol. The distilled spirit or the proof liquor is 1.5 ounces but contains 40% of alcohol, which shows that we have different types of beverages or different types of drinks, but there is considerable variability in their alcoholic content. And we should remember that some mixed drinks contain more than one serving of the liquor. A Long Island iced tea equals 4 to 5 drinks. College students drink. Americans spent 163 billion on alcohol in 2011. For every $100 spent in the US, $1 goes to the alcohol is spent on alcohol, and 40 cents is spent at the stores, liquor stores, while 60 cents is spent at bars. Consequences of college drinking. Statistics from the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism states that there is an estimate each year 1825 college students between the ages of 18 and 24 die from alcohol-related unintentional injuries, including motor vehicle crashes. 6,600,000 students between the ages of 18 and 24 are assaulted by another student who has been drinking. 97,000 students between the ages of 18 and 24 report experiencing alcohol-related sexual assault, sexual abuse incidents, or date rape. Then we have over 500,000 college students are unintentionally injured under the influence of alcohol every year. We also have 4.8 million drunk driving incidents. That is, these are people that are driving under the influence of alcohol. Binge drinking. This is drinking heavily in a short space of time to get drunk or to feel the effects of alcohol. Binge drinking among youth. More than 38 million American adults binge drink about 4 times a month. We have some of the demographics of that activity. Drinking that brings a person's blood alcohol concentration to 0.0% or higher. For men, that is drinking 5 drinks in about 2 hours, and for women, taking 4 drinks in about 2 hours. This is the most common form of binge drinking. People aged 18 to 34 are the most common binge drinkers. This category of age group are the most common binge drinkers. About 90% of the alcohol youth under the age of 21 drink is during binge drinking. 42.2% of full-time college students aged 18 to 22 were binge drinkers in the year 2010, while 35.6% of non-college students in that age group were binge drinkers in 2010. And as I said earlier, over 1,700 college students die each year from alcohol-related causes, and 1,300 of these are from drinking and driving. Potential risk for a person who consumes alcohol or who drinks too much alcohol. The memory and the inhibitions of the person is going to be affected. The coordination and physical control will be negatively impacted. Decision-making skills are affected, and there is also an increase in the urge to smoke. The person is liable to be dependent on alcohol and can even have alcohol poisoning. Brain and other vital organs are affected. The picture shows the effects of binge drinking. There could be shakiness, vomiting. It affects the mood of the drinker. Alcohol poisoning, accident due to driving under influence, anxiety and depression, memory loss and damage to brain. All these are the potential risks associated with drinking or binge drinking. Academic performance and drinking. I would like to talk about the relationship between drinking and academic performance. Excessive alcohol consumption can take a toll on a student's academics. Drinking will possibly become a priority over attending classes, completing homework, and studying for exams. About 1 in 4 college students report academic consequences from drinking, which include missing classes, falling behind on class, doing poorly on exams or papers, and receiving lower grades overall. Students who drink heavily are more likely than their non-drinking peers to do poorly on tests, miss classes after a drinking episode, have a lower grade point average, and might eventually drop out of school. A lack of effort in school can make a difference in whether a student passes or fails a class. It can cost thousands of dollars to retake a course or change majors due to bad grades. Failing classes will push back a student's graduation, taking more money and time to complete the degree program. Here is a diagram talking about how drinking affects student performance at every level. You can see it starts from the basics, from the ground level, from preschool or elementary school. Behavioral problems can increase risk of alcohol use in later years. And we can see it moves to 2% of middle school students drink. The age group of these students are 12 to 13, and we can see that alcohol harms the developing brain and affects the learning of these children. 11% of junior high students drink. The age group of these junior high students is ages 14 to 15, and nearly 1 million youths under age 15 start drinking each year. 25% of senior high school students drink. The age group is 16 to 17. Students who binge drink on occasions are 3 times more likely to get mostly D's and F's on their report cards compared to those who don't. and 60% of college students drink. The age group is 18 to 22. 1 out of 4 college students missed a class, and 1 out of 5 did poorly on a test or project due to alcohol use. We can see that underage drinking can detour academic success. This graph is showing us the percentage of alcohol consumption. We have the percentage of people who consume alcohol and the number of people who consume alcohol in the past month, that is alcohol use within 30 days. The pink color signifies the male and the blue color signifies the female. And we can see that there is almost an equal balance between the male and the female. There is no difference in the sex of people who are drinking alcohol. We can see that for males, for the past 30 days of alcohol use, we have 60.4%. For females, we have 55.6%. And for binge alcohol use, we have 46.9 males, percentage of males. And for females, we have 34.4%. For heavy alcohol use, that is where I can say there is a slight difference. The males have the higher percentage of 22.7% and the females have 11.5%. Combining alcohol with medications. Taking prescribed medications with alcohol can reduce one's tolerance levels for alcohol, which might result in drinking more alcohol than normal. There are high risk of major health consequences by adding beer or liquor to your system when you are also taking medications, because the medications already have their own side effects and they can even have more negative synergistic effects when consumed with alcohol. Then you are at risk of overdosing, using more drugs because you are not getting the desired action you want the drug to do. When you're combining it with alcohol, you might have a lower effect of the drug. So you might tend to use more drug than you should use. There's also a particular dangerous drug and alcohol combination which involves rohypnol, and this combination is used for date rape drugs. The chart also shows the magnified effects of drugs with alcohol. When combining cocaine and alcohol together, you are at risk of having increased blood pressure and increased heart rate. Prescription drugs like sedative and opioids combined with alcohol, the effect is you can have a dangerously slowed breathing and you might end up in coma. Combining marijuana with alcohol causes impaired thinking and impaired coordination, and you have increased heart rate and high blood pressure. Methamphetamine combined with alcohol causes an increase in heart rate, an increase in body temperature, and an increase in blood pressure. Inhalants in combination with alcohol also results into increase in heart rate and might result into heart failure. Sexual assault. Alcohol is known to lower a person's inhibitions and makes them more vulnerable to physical or sexual assault. Perpetrators prey on victims who have been drinking. Victims are sometimes too incoherent to fight back or pass out before knowing what happened. Sexual assault can have a lasting effect on someone emotionally and physically. The person is at risk of getting a sexually transmitted disease, an unwanted pregnancy, and even the person is at risk of psychological damage. The picture here Helpful tips for going out. Protect yourself from date rape drugs. Always watch your drink. Do not leave your drink unattended to. Avoid drinking from open drink containers. Space out your drink. Set a drinking limit. Always use a designated driver and use the buddy system. Leave the party with the same people you came with, irrespective of whoever you met at the party. Make sure you go back with the people you came with. Actions to curb alcohol consumption in youth. Parents are to establish open communication with their children. They are to set realistic expectations for academics, the use of free time, and alcohol. They are to give their teens predetermined outs, that is, other alternatives when their teens are facing peer pressure, and also discuss alcohol related risks with their children. College or schools should train students about the dangers of alcohol, the connection between alcohol and sexual assault, the consequences of drinking and driving, and the risk of overdose. Colleges should also discuss alternative ways to have fun. Colleges should form partnerships with local communities to ensure that alcohol is not served to minors or to intoxicated students. They should keep the library and recreational facilities open for longer hours and provide a wide range of alcohol-free social and recreational programs. Eliminate support from alcohol industry for athletic programs, restrict alcohol promotions and advertising on campus and in campus, especially promotions or ads that feature low-cost drinks, and they should limit the proximity of bars and liquor stores to each other and to the campus. These are my references. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment box below. Thank you for watching.